はボンプ以外とでか。
Oh, whoops! I forgot to get my Sorry, I forgot to get my stamina.
黒と白、君はどっちが好きかな。
Wow, I literally have not a single fucking one of these attack ones with. And I mean, to be fair, it seems like she's pretty restrictive in the sense that she only wants anomaly proficiency. Anomaly proficiency and attack are the only things that she can do, but it is a little like dog shit where it's like, really? So like. And like as an attack percent one, you'll never get attack percent. So the only things down below could be flat attack and anomaly proficiency. But like, so it's obviously you're less likely to get it because that means there's only two substats that you actually would want in this. And anomaly proficiency is far more important. It still would be nice to. And so attack here too. See, easy. Oh, hey. Although this, again, that's the problem too, is that crit damage is not terrible, but I just can't seem to get. Yeah, so I guess it's. But like, this could have rolled, attack percent. Or no, with the attack percent main stat you can't. But like, it could roll crit damage. Now, it can roll crit damage sometimes. And like, to be fair, most anomaly agents don't give a shit about that. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't roll into the only stat I care about. Of fucking course, it rolls everything but that. Of fucking course. Couldn't roll crit rate. No, fuck that. No. Literally every fucking roll, the wrong thing. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's annoying. And, like, this game doesn't have any, like, protection at all. It's just like, oh, no. Like, if you get fucked in your rolls, fuck you, you just get fucked. And it's just like, great, awesome, thanks. Okay, I'll go with that then. Yeah. So, see, like that has it. Well, this is flat attack, but with energy regen as the main stat, it could have actually rolled attack percent. So the fact that it didn't is kind of annoying. But And I could roll into these, but there's no real point at the moment. Because, like, these are the easy kind of ones to get. But yeah, with all those, leveling those up, I'm going to need more money. I was thinking maybe get some stamina stuff, or I mean, thinking about getting some skill stuff, but leveling those things takes a lot of money. It's like 70,000 each, so it's like you often need to do it more than once because, of course, it rolls like shit. So, like, this is. It has the stuff in place so that you can at least, you know, it has the selectors where it's like, okay, you can select your main stat. You know, we have methods of getting this thing to allow you to get your main stat. They introduce the thing to allow you to set your substats to up to when creating it. It's the same method. So it's like, okay, so there was methods to guide what substats you get. There are no protections whatsoever. Button right. But there's nothing to protect your rolls, right? So it's like, so hey, you rolled, right? Oh, guess what? Like, and it's like you can select your two main the stats you want, and as you saw from that, it's like I had crit rate and anomaly proficiency, and what did it roll those 4 times? Everything but the only two things that would actually be helpful. So it's just like, yeah, and there's literally nothing to stop that from happening on your own custom one as well. So it's like, hey, you spend all those resources to get this custom one with your two main stats, your 2 stats you really wanted. Well, sucks to be you because you got absolutely butt fucked and it rolled the exact wrong. It rolled everything else that's dog shit. And of course, and what really sucks too is that I've never had an instance where it's like, I've never had an instance where I roll, right? I've never had an instance where I do my selector and I'm like, okay, I want this to be my main stat, I want these to be my substats. I've literally never had an instance where the other 2 substats are actually good. It's so fucking annoying. When you're just like, okay, I'm going to spend these resources. I want crit damage. It'd be really cool if I could get pen ratio or attack percent as the other 2 substats, so that it's actually like super good, and no matter what rolls, it would be fine. That would be awesome if it could just naturally roll. Either like if the other 2 subsets could be something that's good, and literally never, not a single fucking time have I ever had those other 2 substats in any of MiHoYo's games. Any of them. In all the times I've done this, I've literally never had an instance where the other 2 substats are actually good. It is so fucking annoying. When it's just like, okay, cool. Yeah, you got crit rate. Cool, you got crit rate, crit damage. And here's your flat defense and HP percent. Oh, here's your flat attack and defense, flat attack and flat defense. And it's just like, dude, fuck. And like, it's one of those things that's kind of tough because I don't do it that often, right? Like, you don't get enough of these. You don't get enough of them, so that you're like doing it all the time. You know, like it'd be one thing if it's like, oh no, we give you so many of them. Like, who gives a shit, right? It would be one thing if it was like that, where it's like, no, we give you so many. You know, we give you so many. Like, you don't have to worry about that shit. It's like, no. They barely give you any. So this is something you can do maybe like once a patch. And because of how much they just fuck you every fucking time, it just really sucks. It just really fucking sucks. It just really fucking sucks that you just get fucked like that. Because it's just like, come on, man, like. So it just kind of sucks because it's like, and like the craft, like to set the main stat, that's not too bad, right? Like you do get enough of those every single month. You can get some more. Like, okay, we'll talk to her too. But yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's like, I can set the main stat. But again, it's like one of those things where you're like, well, you can just set the main stat and hope for the best. It's like, yeah, but when because like the resources to set the substat are far more restrictive. Like you don't get nearly as many of those. So you get far more of the ones that allow you to select your main stat, and you can kind of like stockpile them. And so you might think, well, you just select the main stat, and just use those since you have a few extra of those. So I think I have like 30 of them, so I could do 30 random rolls where I have the main stat set. The problem is just how absolutely dog shit their fucking odds are. It's like, yeah, you could do that, and in those 30 ones where I can set the main stat, I might get like one that actually has 2 good substats on them. Like you saw from that, like I had a bunch of stuff that was attack percent, and literally none of them had the 2 substats that would actually be glowing, right? None of them had flat attack and anomaly proficiency on the same one. Like that's just how fucking annoying it is to roll for artifacts in this game. That's why it's just like I'm not really. I think it's one of the things that will make me like never really want to invest too much in this game, because it's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, I want to maximize my power, and because like there's a lot of like combat challenges where it's like, okay, well you need your DPS to be high, and how do you get high DPS? Well, obviously having good characters, but also having really good drive sets and substats and all that shit, and knowing that like you can practically never have good substats because it's such a humongous pain in the ass to roll on your equipment, and it's such a pain in the ass to get the good shit to actually get the rolls on your equipment not to be complete dog shit, and like it's just so frustrating, right? And so it's just like I just don't want to bother, like, and so it's like, and so knowing that I'm never gonna have like the perfect rolls for shit makes it seem like anytime you fail is because you could be like, oh, well, I failed because I just didn't have the DPS to kill them before I myself died. Obviously it's a skill issue, right? Like, sure, if you just dodge and parry more, you wouldn't have died. Extra DPS is just a make up for your skill, so that allows you to kill them before you get killed. So there is that, but again, it's just like you can't just like be. It's not something you can do, right? Like you can't just be more skilled. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm going to decide to be more skilled now. That's a nice little. So, but you can try to improve your shit. The problem is like there's so many characters in the game that doing that, like, and there are a few characters I have that are actually like built well, and they actually do now show the it's not us for the S ranks, yeah, active modifier count. Like that's good. Active modifier count is 23. That sounds pretty good. Hers is 10, 19, 10. 17. Some of these are harder to do because like what they actually need is a lot more restrictive. Like support, like she only needs attack. So you're just not going to have that many that are actually going to be... Wait, what? Oh, what the fuck? I didn't level. I did not realize I hadn't leveled. Jesus Christ, I've been... I am sorry about that. I forgot. I did not think I had not done that. Okay. But yeah, so her modifier count is, goddamn, 3,800 attack exactly. Goddamn, that is like crazy. It is exactly 3,800. But like, yeah, if you look at these things, like, the only positives are attack. Attack percent, flat attack. That's all she wants. Nothing else is highlighted. So, like, it's understandable. That's what makes it really kind of confusing for this, where it's like, oh, active modifier count. Like, those are the ones that have... Actually, wait a minute. Is that... I assume that's how many rolls, right? So it's 1, 2... 1, 2... 3, 4... 5, 6... 7, 8. Yeah, so 8. Yeah, so it's how many. So it includes the one if it just has the substat is 1, right? It's every substat you have and then roll into it. So I have 4 substats that were good for her character. Each one rolled into it once, so 8. But she's fine. And so so supports are better, but like hers is only. But for her, like she has a lot more. Like she has HP percent crit. Basically, yeah. So HP percent crit rate, crit damage. She has a lot more. A lot more ones it could be. Oh, that's not too terribly good. So it's like I could. Oh, no, I'm not gonna just trade off Gishuan. So it's like I could farm for better, but it just makes it confusing because you're like, well, is 20 good? Because I have some that are like insane high, like 26. I think it's probably because hers has attack. Yeah, attack, which means I think even flat attack counts. Or no, oh no, I guess I have a shitload of crit rate, crit damage, and I actually rolled into it. So yeah, like I think maybe the modifier count. I don't think I have actually 26 rolls into it because this is like, because that's just 4. 6, 7. Oh, so that's 11. Oh. So 17. 20. Oh, actually, I do have 26 then. Goddamn. Okay, so never mind. It is. I thought they might have weighted it because of crit rate, but no, it does seem like that actually is 26. So it's like. It also is like purple, right? You can see those are purple. So I wonder if having even more would get gold. Like she has gold. So I guess that's the thing is that they don't have the best, but it's such a humongous pain in the ass to roll on the best. I think certain ones have different thresholds because the only thing she can get is attack percent and anomaly proficiency. Like attack is. So if you can only roll attack percent and anomaly proficiency, then getting 20 rolls into those two. Whereas for the other characters, if they had attack or HP percent and the crit rate, crit damage, so you had more chances to roll on it. So like in the 20s seems pretty good. Even still, like I have her 24 and she still doesn't have S rank. So I don't know what and even just getting, she's even 26 and she's still not S rank. So it's like she needs like, so it's kind of crazy too if you think about it. Because like let's say you need 30, right? That means you have 6. You have to get 5 good rolls into every single. Actually, no, that is fucking insane, really. It's like that's 6, right? You have 6 W engines, or you have 6. You have 6 of these pieces of equipment, right? That means each piece of equipment would need to have 5 rolls into it. Now, to be fair, that does still count just having it. So if you start with attack at percent, crit rate, crit damage on it, that's 3 already. So realistically, you only need to roll twice into any one of those 3. But basically what you need is you need every single piece to have 2 or 3 of your substats, like 2 or 3 substats, and it rolls primarily into it. So like this could be better. So like this one is definitely helping. This one really helped. So it's just like, yeah, you kind of need to start with them and then only rolling into it. She's up. Oh no, Great Jane doesn't need the crit rate and crit damage as much. So yeah, it's just like, crit damage. So she would have to take like, so it's just like a huge pain in the ass. It's like you have to start with something good, and as I've clearly said, like yeah, even if you have the selector where you select your correct main stat and even give yourself 2 substats, the odds of you getting one of the other substats you could want, right? The odds of you having, getting HP percent or attack percent, depending if they're HP or attack scaling characters, mostly attack, like 99% of the characters, or 90% of the characters are attack scaling. But like, so if I select crit rate, crit damage, the odds of me getting attack percent, in theory, aren't too bad, right? They're not terrible. Because like, They aren't great either. Because even if you already have crit damage, there's only you're reducing the number of potential sub rolls that can be. So there's HP percent, attack percent, so there's 6 other ones you could get. So let's say you don't have attack percent as you're on a crit, or let's say you don't have an attack percent main stat. Let's say it's any one of the ones on 1 through 3, where the chances are you're not going to do that. Okay, or actually no. Let's say it's the elemental one, right? So I pick the main stat as the elemental damage of the character. I select crit rate, crit damage as the substats. Now for the other substats, there are 8 others you could have, right? HP percent. So it's basically attack percent, HP percent, defense percent, and then the flat version of it. So flat HP, flat defense, flat attack, and then pen, and then anomaly proficiency. There's 8 possible things you could get. So when I only want attack percent, that's a 1 in 8. So it's understandable that I don't get attack percent because I only have 2 substat rolls. It's a 1 in 8 chance each time. So basically, if you want to know the odds of it, it's 1 minus 7/8 squared. The odds of you getting either one of them being attack percent. Because you have a 7/8 chance of not getting attack percent on each one of them, on each one of the other substats. So you multiply 7/8 together, and that's the odds of you not. That's the odds of both of them not being what you want. And then it's 1 minus that to figure out the odds of what you want. So 49 64ths. So 49 64ths is 15. Yeah, 15 64. You have a 15 and 64 chance of getting attack percent on either one of them. Or do you need a... Yeah. Because that 15 out of 64 is the odds of it being on one, it being on the other, or it being on... Well, it can't be on both. So technically it can't be on both. Actually, yeah. I guess, yeah, I didn't account for that. So technically it would actually be slightly greater than 15 out of 64, because once you roll one of the substats, once you roll, the first one would be 7/8, and then the next one would be 6/7. 6/7. But it'd be 6/7 of not getting it. So it'd be those two numbers combined. 1 minus those would be either way. It's just it's not impossible, but it is also crazy that I've literally never seen a good third and fourth substat when I have the selector. It is fucking crazy. And I got super pissed in Genshin too, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna actually, I want this piece for whoever I was going for. I think it was maybe for Llama or one of the Nod Cry units. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna select their piece. Oh no, I think it was Colomina. I think I was trying to get a good energy regen piece, an energy regen sands for Columbina. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna select these two substats. And then both my other substats were dog shit. And then I used the reroll device, because I'm like, okay, well, I have a ton of these and I never use them, so I'm going to use the reroll device, and I got fucked every fucking time. So I got so for these devices, for these manually created ones, you are guaranteed a certain number of rolls in the substats you chose. Before they didn't do that, so before you could do this and then literally not get a single roll into the two you pick, where it's like, no, I used my precious resource to make this, and then not a single roll into the two substats I picked. So people got pissed, and Mihoyo was like, okay, fine. We're going to guarantee you at least two rolls into your two subsets. Of the 4 to 5 rolls you have, 2 of them will be in. And so I crafted this thing. I maxed it out. And I got only 2. Not a single one more than 2. And so I rerolled. And again, not a single one more than 2. And then later on, they give you a better guarantee where they're, okay, if you've used enough of these feathers to re-roll, we're going to increase the odds of you getting, we're going to increase the number of substat rolls into your selected stats. And again, when I got to that threshold, I got 3. Because that was the bare minimum you could possibly get. And you have to do it multiple times. You have to re-roll like 3 times before they give you a bump to the chances. So every fucking one of those 3 re-rolls got absolutely fucked me and gave me the bare minimum into the substats I had picked every fucking time. Oh, you have 2 substats? Cool. So not only were the other 2 substats dog shit, so they're completely fucking useless. Like, she's an HP scaler, and they gave me, like, defense percent and a flat attack. And it's like, great, awesome, fucking useless. So, and it rolled the bare minimum into my selected substats every fucking time. And then finally, when the rate increased, again, the bare minimum, 3 now. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll create another one, right? I'll create another relic, try my luck, maybe have a better chance of getting better substats in the other 2. And I roll again and again. Absolutely fucked again. Because it was like attack percent and flat defense. And so it's like, great. So other than the 2 substats I wanted, I got 2 completely useless. Like, even flat HP would have been better. You know, so I could have had flat HP or HP percent or... So basically, there were some substats that would have been helpful. But again, I got fucked on the substat. And again, every fucking time I re-rolled, and then leveling up, I got the, again, bare minimum into my substats I had picked. And every time I re-rolled, I got fucked every fucking time. It just sucks so much dick rolling for MiHoYo relics. Because it feels like you're just getting fucked overly much. And there are times, like, I mean, you saw on my relic, there was that one that had, like, attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, and it rolled 2 times into both crit rate and crit damage. So, basically that one, and that's the thing. So that's a 7, right? On the relic scale, that's 7 rolls on the good stats. Because it's 3 for the base, like 3 for just having them on the relic, and then 4 more for rolling 2 times in each one. So like that was insanely good, right? But like as you also saw, that was like the only one that was like that. You know? I mean, maybe there might have been another one or 2. But like again, I've been playing this game for 2 years. All my characters have relics. All my characters have weapons. All my characters have gear, you know? And I maybe have 1 or 2 pieces out of like hundreds that I've leveled up that are actually good. Like, it just kind of goes to show how dog shit this is. So that's why I don't really try. Not in any of their games, really. Like, Honkai Star Rail, I think, feels a little better. It feels like I don't get fucked as much. But again, like all 3 of them, I'm just gonna get them as good as I can get them, but I'm not gonna try too hard. Although at least for Honkai Star Rail, like farming gear isn't too terrible because you can just like set it on auto and you can just go through. But like doing it, I'm just like, holy shit, I'm just getting absolutely fucked every single time. Like I'm not getting anything good. Like I'm not getting the set I want. I'm not getting I'm not getting the main stats I want. I'm not getting the substats I want. Like I just ran 240 stamina 3 times in a row, and each time of the like 10 plus pieces I wanted, only one of them would be highlighted as potentially good, simply because I had 2 substats of 4 that were beneficial to my highlighted agent. 2, not 3, not 4, just 2, and 2 substats, and I only got it twice. So in 20 plus artifacts, only 2 pieces of gear were on set and had 2 substats that they needed. And of the 4 pieces of gear you can get in Honkai Star Rail, it's 4 there, not 6 here, like here. Of the 4 pieces, there are 2 that are guaranteed a certain main stat. So like no matter what, so the only thing you have to roll for those is substats, that's it. And the 2 pieces I got that were even like even remotely good were for the ones that had guaranteed the main stat. Where it was the feather, where it was like, oh, it's just flat attack, and you level up and increase its attack. That's it. So like it's the one that didn't have a variable main stat. It was guaranteed to have that main stat. That slot always has that main stat. So it's like the only time I was even remotely lucky, and 2 substats are dog shit like compared to everything. Like 2 is trash because it's a 50% chance to get fucked, and the game will fuck you. So it's just like you want 3, at least 3, to minimize the chances of getting absolutely screwed, because you can still get fucked too. Like I've gotten one where it's like, oh yeah, I have 3 subsets that are useful, and it rolls 4 times into the only subset that I don't give a shit about. And it's, fucking damn it. You know, so that shit happens too. So it's just like, and it just kind of sucks. Because at its core, the reason why this happens is because they weigh the substats. So it's not like, oh, there's 8 subsets, so you have a 1 in 8 chance of each subset rolling, right? Oh, this piece of equipment has 4 substats. Okay, well, it's a 1 in 4 chance of each one, right? No, I think they've data mined it where they're like, no, actually, the rate of the rate of getting specific main stats and substats is actually not just 1 divided by the total number of substats that piece can have. It's actually weighted higher to get the shittier ones. So you have a higher likelihood of getting HP percent, flat HP, defense percent, flat defense than any of the good substats like crit rate, crit damage, stuff like that. So like, you're less likely to get the things you want, and it's already pretty shit, right? It's already pretty dog shit because you still have like 8 subsets to get. Or actually, it's more like 10 subsets because it's the HP percent, attack percent, defense percent, the flat versions of them, crit rate, crit damage, that's 8, and then speed, break effect, and effect hit chance. So there's 11 substats for a lot of these pieces. 11 subsets, so it's already pretty low. And then the fact that they weight the shittier ones higher than the good ones is like, I think, just absolute dog shit. Like, it's like, no, stop that. Like, it's already low enough to get some good stuff. The fact that you're still gonna nickel and dime us on these fucking percent rolls, like, the fact that you're still gonna nickel and dime us on this, where it's like, yeah, instead of being 1 out of 11, you can have like a 1 out of 20 chance of getting crit rate or crit damage. And it's like, it just sucks. And like, if you have to look at the percentage, yeah, it's not crazy, right? It's going like, oh, you have a 10% chance to a 5% chance. It's like, or it's going for like a 10% chance to a 7% chance. It's like, it's not a crazy number difference. Like 3 is not crazy. But again, it's like, why are you nickeling and diming all this shit? Just fucking make it 1 divided by the total number of substats. It's already still hard enough to get what we want anyway. And then even rolling into it's still pretty dog shit. So it's like, just stop it with this fucking bullshit, manipulation, and just make it standardized. Make every single one equally likely. Because we're still going to have to run it a fuckload of times, because there's still going to be the people who want to get, like, because if you don't blatantly cheat against your player base, you're actually going to get the players who want to get the perfect rolls of 4 useful substats. There's always going to be the player that will want to do that. He wants to get the 4, crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, and speed all on the same thing, right? And then, only speed or crit rolls. Like, that's what you're still going to have people who do that. So even if they get 4 substats, it's like, what rolls go where will also kind of like make them want to go again. So it's like, for the Sweat Lords, they're still going to fucking do it. So I don't think you need to nickel and dime us for every little thing. Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you be holding it? Why would you be holding it against us? Like, we're the victim of the situation, and it's being used to like save our life or whatever, right? Like, it'd be like saying, "Hey, I make medicine, and the hospital's been asking for a lot of medicine to treat you. I'm gonna go to the cancer patient and complain to them how much chemotherapy that my company is being forced to provide the hospital to treat this one, particularly bad case of cancer. Like, I'm going to go to that cancer patient and complain to them about it. Like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like, if you don't like it, go to the bosses. And also, it's like, this is literally your job. Like, this is literally what your company does, produce this stuff. Like, it's going to be used no matter what, regardless of what you do with it. Like, and actually, that's the kind of weird thing, right? Like, so they asking, Did they ask her to increase the production? Is that why she's complaining? Actually, yeah. Come on. That's so... Okay, so basically, and it's not even like a crazy amount. Like, obviously, if this is something we do every single time we get treatment, 3 days worth in one day, sure, right? That's a huge, huge cost. But again, like, so it doesn't seem like she's increasing production. It's not like she's actually in trouble, right? Yeah, it's like only... Yeah, exactly. It's her using too much, right? Like, if you're only budgeted a certain amount, then it's really her fault for using too much. And, like, the treatment plan should include the budget. Like, obviously, if that 3 times in one day thing was the first time when we, like... Because there was that one time when we first met, like, we first became Pyrois, that they said, oh my god, you used up all the porcelain in the chair. If that's what she was talking about, then it's like, okay, we can't do that. We can't like prepare that. We wouldn't have known. But like, we've been undergoing treatment for a while now, and so if this is happening every single time, then that's Draken's fault. Like, it's like, dude, like, if this company is providing you porcelain and it's providing you a certain amount every single day, then don't, then just change our scheduled treatment plan so that we, you can stockpile some, and then we can use it, and then you can stockpile some more, and then we can use it, Either way, it's not our fault.
どうしたの？ベリナさんにシグリッドさんまで。何かあった？
And regardless, it is kind of stupid, though, because it's like... She just produces it, right? She just produces porcelain. If she's not using it, then why the fuck does she care, right? It's like, oh my god, you use 3 days worth in a day. Like, why the fuck do you care? All you do is produce it. It's one thing if you were also researching it, right? If you actually needed it for something you were doing, and you're like, oh, well, we produce it, we put it in the storehouse, and when we went to go check later to get some to use for the research or for another project we were doing, and we noticed it was all gone because you took it all and used it, then sure, right? But did she mention that? No. Like, she seems to be just a manufacturing plant, and why the fuck would a manufacturing plant care who uses their product? Like, that's why, for like Pokemon cards, if you've seen all the bullshit around Pokemon cards, of how they have all these like asshole scalpers who are going to Pokemon machines and going to like Targets and Walmarts and stuff, and just like the second any Pokemon cards go on sale, they immediately swoop in and grab them all up and buy every single card pack and then go scalp it for a profit, right? Or the ones who are at the machines waiting for a restock, and then once it's restocked, they go in and empty out the fucking machine. Shit, why was I saying he was like that? Yeah, what was I saying? Why did I bring that up? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, she's... Oh yeah. It's so basically, even though there are these scalpers, right? And these scalpers are doing these douchey things, everyone hates them, they're fucking scum of the earth. Scalping in general, it has just become far too prevalent. Like before, back in the day, it was just like ticket scalping. But now, like, literally everything gets scalped. Oh, Switch 2s are going to be popular, let's buy a bunch of Switch 2s. PS5s, let's buy a bunch of PS5s and then resell them for $100 to $200 extra, Pokemon cards, all collectible stuff is now being constantly bought up. And some manufacturers do try to put in limits, like I think Sony tried to put in like wait lists and stuff like that, like for FanFest as well, people to avoid FanFest tickets being scalped. They put in queues, and they put in like you having to use your real ID. Although that still doesn't help too much. But again, it just limits the amount of scalping done. So there are some manufacturers that do try to limit it, but at the end of the day, there's only so much they can do, and it doesn't really matter for them, right? Because from their perspective, a sale is a sale. You know, it's like, hey, like that's why the Pokemon company is not doing anything super crazy, because like they're selling them to Target or Walmart, and they've already sold them. So what Target and Walmart does with them is irrelevant, right? And in fact, if scalpers go in and swoop them all up, and Target now says, well, I need more, and go ahead and says, hey, Pokemon Company, make me more cards, you know, that's still a positive for the Pokemon Company, because they're like, oh, cool, more sales, nice, you know? So that's why these manufacturers don't usually give a shit who uses their product. Just that someone's using it, like someone is purchasing it, right? So like, so why does she give a shit what Porcelalume is being used for when you're just the manufacturer, right? Now I understand why you might be concerned, is if because of our treatment we're burning through it at a rate faster than you can produce it, and it's putting more pressure on you and your company to produce more, but you just don't have the facilities to do so, and you just don't like being pressured constantly by people saying, hey, we need more. Sure, right? That would be understandable, but did she mention any of that? No. She just said, hey, yeah, you're using a lot of it. It's like, why do you care?
クラレッタへの挨拶に比べれば何ということもないわ。実は今日到着される予定のお客様はまだ全員揃っていないの。でもお茶会はまだ折り返しというところだから。
ゆえにそれがしがこの客人たちを出迎えることに。
え、私
聞くところによると、九段の飛行船はホロー研究を専門とする学者が大勢を占めるとのことだ。それがしのようにやりしか知らぬ女より、リンドノの方が話も弾む。
I mean, I guess like we are a proxy, so we do go into the hollows, but like,
そういうこと。
片付けない。
Like you have a bunch of scholars about hollow technology. Like, what would we talk like? I mean, to be fair, now we are actually going into the hollow, because like one would assume when you're talking about hollow technology, you're talking about like weapons and stuff being used in the hollow. And while and like our HDD thing of going like, so maybe like the things that produce carrots and maps, sure, like that will probably be there, so we could talk about that. That the technology used to map hollows. But like, we're not really combat units until just recently. Now we have Pyrois. Oops. So, and even then, Pyrois is not using hollow technology. They're just using their, like, whatever their abilities are. Put me on. Oh, I see. I could have just teleported that. Whoops.
Oh,
so, I was gonna say, like, what the fuck? It seems like this little alleyway. Well, how is this a port? I'm like, oh, no. We're gonna go down the stairway, and then that will be the station.
家ではお兄ちゃんと一緒にランダムプレイっていうビデオ屋を。
ビデオ屋。アンバーホールの前。
興味があるならシグリッドさんも会員カードを作らない？
うん。その申し出。おっと、客人が見えたようだ。リンドの。それがしらも参ろう。賓客各位。それがしはロスカリファ空域巡警局総務次官。I'm
Sigrid. Here's most of my titles. And here, Here's a random student. She sometimes goes into hollows. She's perfect.
こちらは新エリート姿勢の推挙により外形局、算数局と協力関係にあるホローナビゲートの専門
Oh yeah. I guess that's true, isn't it? Yeah, we did do a lot of cool shit, didn't we? Like, yes, holo navigation specialist, like that is any proxy could claim that, right? It's definitely pushing up. I forgot, yeah, we kind of were referred by the mayor. And then, yeah, we did work with a variety of departments, right? Like, we did work with Miyabi, and we did work... Actually, yeah, like... We worked with Hollow Zero, we worked with Miyabi, we worked with the police, like... We definitely do get around doing it.
どうもどうも。本チームの臨時責任者、ホワイトスター学会のサルウェイです。主にエーテリアスのせい。こちらは同じくホワイトスター
So I say Lucia would probably have a lot to speak with him about.
メーティス学院のオークリー教授。お二人とも、そしてこちら。講師グループ総帥。
Oh, true. Is Trudy the maid one? The maid with the super short skirt?
言ったでしょ、今回も私たちが勝つって。これでイカラスは勝ち点2。
Oh, okay, yeah, she's the one with the... Yeah, so she's the girl with glasses. I think she's the one who dressed like a maid, and then people were like... Because it was around the same time that Sandrone also got revealed as well. And so Sandrone, like... I think she had a longer skirt in previous iterations of her before she came back. And people were like bitching and moaning about her redesign, like, oh my god, her skirt is shorter. And she no longer has the big robot's name. Polonia. And like and Polonia's no longer there, she has this little like maid robot now. And I'm like, well, Polonia not being there makes sense. And her not being able to recreate it also makes sense. Because it was originally a creation by Alan, or Elaine. So, like... and it also, I mean, like, it was made by Elaine. And while she might want to bring it back, it's also, like, maybe not necessarily within her style. Like, she kept it only because it was made by him. But, like, now that it's destroyed, unable to be, like, perfectly restored, at that point, she'd just be like, well, I'm not going to create something in the shell of something just to have something that reminds me of him, you know? So she's like, I'm just going to design something that I would like, you know? And that's why she made the maid robot. So, like, that makes sense. But basically, yeah, people are complaining that they're like, oh my god, her skirt is short, wah, for some reason. And then at the same time, then Zenless on Zero did their 3.0 character reveal where they're like, here's a bunch of upcoming characters that are going to be releasing in Season 3. And one of which was this girl dressed like a maid, except her skirt was also insanely short. Like, hers actually was super short. Like, Sandrone's wasn't really super short, right? It was like mid-thigh, mid to low thigh, you know, like a little bit above the knee, but not like, nothing crazy. Whereas, like, the maid, Truvia, I think if I'm thinking who I'm thinking of, her skirt is like upper thigh. It's like covers like it doesn't even go down to halfway down her thigh. It like cuts off like a third way down, which is like crazy short. I mean, they could be shorts too. Like we might be thinking it's a skirt, but they could actually just be really short shorts, for all we know. Because we only saw her in a promotional video where she appeared for like 5 seconds, maybe. So I also could be wrong too. I could also be mistaking them because like. I wasn't really paying attention to names. I never really do, because it's like, if I need to know their name, they're going to appear in the story, and then I'll learn their name then. But I think it's that. I see. So that might be... I was wondering if she was just like, super pissed at us. And that's why she left the school. But no, if the two of them were a team, just like how we and our brother are a team, then that would kind of make sense that she would leave when her team member died. So she's like, oh shit, my team member died. I don't want to have to deal with this shit. One, like maybe she didn't realize death was a thing, so that just scared her. And two, it's like, well, I don't want to continue on without him type thing. Or it could have been their parents were like, oh, I didn't realize how dangerous this was for my daughter. Let's get her the fuck out.
トリビア。
私たちとは
どうしてあんたの私の知ってるトリビア
それはあなたたちだもういいこれで
Well, I think that's dumb, right? I mean, this was said at the time that this whole thing happened, right?
この先もずっと
That was obviously said after we went crazy and destroyed everything. Because, like, obviously she's saying cruel. I'm cruel? Well, you were the ones who caused all this destruction and killed my partner, you know? But it's like, yeah, but that's not cruel, right? It sucks. It definitely sucks. But was that our intention? No. Well, you have to have intent, especially for cruelty. Cruelty requires intent, you know? Cruelty without intent, like, violence with intent is cruelty. Violence, otherwise it's just violence, right? You can kill a bunch of people. Like, it's basically like, it's the difference between, like, killing a bunch of people and then torturing a bunch of people, right? Torturing a bunch of people is cruel. And you obviously intend to torture them. You know, like, torturing your victims before you kill them, like, that is cruel. But just going in and killing them is not cruel. It's just a dick thing to do, right? It's just illegal and bad, right? It's still bad. They're both bad. But cruelty is doing bad things with the intent of being cruel and being bad and being a complete piece of shit, right? You actually have to have the... So, like, it's clear that we didn't intend to do any of this shit. Our power went out of control, and we literally couldn't make the decisions for what happened. So, her saying that that is cruel is wrong, right? She's being cruel because she's saying cruel things. Oh, okay, never mind. So it's not her then. So it's not the maid. I was kind of wondering because because he had like long hair, but the maid I don't think had glasses. So. Oh, he has yellow eyes like we do. No, actually, no, we don't have yellow eyes. Huh. I'm kind of curious though. Like she was given eye implants, right? So does she still have them? Okay, so Truvia isn't the maid girl. I was thinking it wouldn't really make sense because if she was the daughter of an important person, it's unlikely she'd be a maid. But then again, there's always those like girls who are just like, no, even though I am a noble myself, I want to, you know, cosplay as a maid.
買いかぶりすぎだわ、リンさん。
実に謙虚な若者たちですな。ところで、リンさんにはお兄さんがいらっしゃるとか。
そうですけど。
Yeah, I'm...
やはりそうでしたか。
So the fact that she's not a playable character actually makes me more suspicious of her now. Is she the one causing these problems? Is she the one causing these hollow, Because, like, this is a company that does hollow technology. Yeah. You know?
確かに私とリンさんはヘイリオスの生徒だったわ。Qと陥落以降はこうして顔を合わせる機会。
So, like, if there was any group of people who would be able to cause the, like, the hollow leakage and stuff that we saw from the previous patch, I would imagine a company that dedicates themselves to researching hollows might have the ability to do so. So the question is she evil, right? Is she manipulating things behind the scenes? Is she manipulating people behind the scenes to cause the catastrophes that we saw in the previous patch? Maybe not her, or maybe not even her specifically, but maybe the company, her company. It is like maybe the old man is.
このままお茶会に出ては粗相をしてしまうかもしれず。
面目ない、トリビア殿。それはそれがしらの不手際。本日のお茶会はささやかな歓迎の席。
Yeah, she's... Because the reason why I'm especially suspicious is because the last time we had an NPC dressed this nicely, it was Isolde. Isolde appeared and you were like, God damn, she's hot. Like, and she looks impeccably dressed. And then she turned out to be evil. So I'm like, ah, shit.
何よりも旧友と語らいたいがためだろう。察するにリンドのも何やら積もる話がありそうな様子。
So she's that type of character. Be semi-oblivious.
ありがとう、シグリッド総務次官。リンさんが良ければお言葉に甘えたいけれど。もちろん。
And like for Soul Day, well, I guess technically we were kind of aware about Soul Day's past. So we were aware that Soul Day did have a few grudges, but like for her, we knew she had a grudge before we even met her, right? Because they just literally reinforced the grudge she had against us. Like, we knew there was a grudge, right? You know, we knew there was a grudge from the previous patch where like we started doing more flashbacks of her past and realizing, oh, okay, because they did mention previously that it's like, oh yeah, one of our friends died. She left. She left after that. Yeah. Oh, hey. Thingy. She left after the death, and then of course they just had just now when they just reinforced it. I go around this. Yes, I made it. I want to go interact with this thing while it's here. Okay. Cool. Okay, now let's go back. But yeah, so we knew she already had kind of a grudge. And then they did that cutscene where she's like, yeah, it's not just that she just simply left. It's like she left saying antagonistic words. Now, it could be, it's been a while, right? As she said, we haven't interacted since, since the old capital fell, which happened 11 years ago. So it's just like, is she holding a grudge? Maybe not. Maybe not, right? She might not be. It's been 11 years. Like, her saying something cool back then could make sense, right? She's like, she's in the heat of the moment, she blames us. But then after the fact, she might realize, no, they just went out of control. They, they were children. There's no way they could have, like if anyone was at fault, it'd be the adults who didn't properly plan for such a contingency. But even then, it's just like it was, unfortunately, just a freak accident. So, it's very well possible that she will forgive us, right? Or she has forgiven us. So, yeah. So, like, has she forgiven us? Like, it depends on how much she liked the like, if she was in love with her partner, this could make it complicated. Because then it might be like, she doesn't give a shit, right? She's like, nope, sorry, like, I'm blaming you. I'm blaming everyone who was involved with this. I'm blaming Escoffier. I'm gonna blame everybody. And so it doesn't matter who's really at fault and who really had intention. She's just going to blame us all and do her evil plan, right? It could be that. It could be a purely emotional response. And she's like, nope, I love the guy. He's dead. I'm going to get revenge against everyone who is even remotely involved in his death. And she could have been working towards that for the last 11 years. Or it could have been that, while she was just upset at the time, once the dust settled, she calmed down and realized, oh, it's not really their fault. I really shouldn't hold it against them. And maybe she's forgiven, maybe she has forgiven us. And we just aren't aware because we just haven't seen.
あの頃に比べたらだいぶマシになったわ。そうじゃなきゃお父様もご心配ありがとう。お父様はもう
聞きたかったのはそういうこと。特にあのことがあってから。あの時からだったはず。トリビア、
どうしたのリン、考え事？向こうに大きなモニュメントが見えるけど、あれ
Oh, it's this way.
チェス盤？見間違いじゃなかった。やっぱりチェス盤だわ。もう何年指してないかしら。あの頃みんなボードゲームが好きだったわよね。
主に私のせいかな。
別にいいわよ。ここ数年どうしてたの？
Yeah, see, that's the thing. So, like,
アキラは元気？
she sounds like she's, like, kind of forgiven us. Oh, it was a long time ago. So it could be that she's forgiven us, or it could be that she's just so full of hate that she's just saying whatever she has to, right? I really hope she doesn't turn evil, because I do like her design. I hope she doesn't. She isn't the, like, I hope her and her father aren't secretly planning to take over Scufflier, and they're using this recent catastrophe. I hope her and her father are not the cause of the recent catastrophes here in an attempt to wrest control out of Escoffier, or at least worm their way in, right? Not necessarily take over, but if they can manage to use the problem as a pretext to get Tops involved in their management, then that would be a huge gain for them. So I'm hoping this is not some sort of power play, and she's part of that. And she's part of the cause for all the recent shit that's happening. Now, obviously, the fact that she's here now means she probably is involved. Like, why else would she be here? Like, come on. Like, we still don't know the cause of what happened. So, we now have a bunch of NPCs. She wasn't announced as a player character. So very likely, she's going to be an important NPC. And, like, she's an important NPC because she's our friend. But, like, we didn't really even know about her until Season 3 started, right? It wasn't until Season 3 they mentioned that there were other people, that we were close to other people in the Academy. It was alluded to that we freaked out and destroyed the Academy, even in Season 2, but not that we knew anyone inside. And it was only in Season 3 did we know, oh, there was the little boy and little girl, her being the little girl, that we also knew in the Academy, and the boy died during the incident, So, the fact that she appears now, right after all the shit's happening, and she's closely associated with Tops, so it's like, there's no way, like, obviously Tops wants to get involved, right? Tops definitely wants to get a piece of the Scufflier pie. So, it wouldn't be crazy for Mr. Moissant to be orchestrating the problems that have been happening recently, and her daughters, he has been sent here as a pawn to continue the plan. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
仕入れがお兄ちゃんの趣味全開すぎるせいかな。トリビアもさ、今度時間があったら遊びにおいでよ。最高ランクの会員カードをお兄ちゃんに言って用意しても。じゃあ、今のうちに
Yes, we'll see you with a permanent free card. Yes, one of the families and Tops, one of the richest people in fucking New Eridu. Let's set you up with something for free. Like, let's set you up with a free card, because clearly you can't afford. I mean, I get it. I say, but it's like, come on, man. Like, you could at least get some money from it.
トリビアはここ何年か。
私？お父様に支援してもらって、ホローな講師はヘイリオスの出資者として研究資料の一部を保管。お父様はあれをさらに汎用化して民間へ普及させたいとお考えなの。
Ah, shit.
そういう分野なら
That is not a good sign. Because, so first of all, oh, you mean the technology? You mean the technology that went crazy and rampaged and killed a few people? You know, that technology? And it's like, fortunately, it's something I can help with. Yes, because you have the implants in you. So basically, you can help with him adapting technology for commercial civilian use by being the lab rat. It sounds like she's being used to test their technology. Oh, the HDD is from Helios? Oh, so was that the whole purpose of the... Because I know the HDD is what we use, and that allows us to sync our eye implants with a Bangbu. And it seemed like it was something only we had, like other proxies actually go into the Holo. So I didn't realize that that was also proprietary Helios technology. No, I mean, yeah, I know, but this is not about the past. I'm literally telling you, just recently, the implants went crazy again, alright? And that isn't the time when she picked up Remiel's weapon and went crazy. It's talking about before then, when she needed the Porcelumai W engine to calm her eyes. So basically the idea is that, yes, the eye implants are still risky, and recently they've been going on the fritz again, so we're just trying to be concerned. We're not talking about the previous day, we're just saying, hey, if you're still using them, there could be potential problems in them. And I get that, like, when we say our eye implants are on the fritz, you're obviously going to think of that day, but it's like, what we meant to say, what we're meaning by this is that there's still an issue with them. So if you're going to be using them, best be prepared for that. So that's the problem. Is like we were talking about an event in the recent past about our eye implants. You're like, well, stop bringing up the past. It's like, dude, like we're not talking about the past, where all that shit happened back then. We're talking about the recent past, where in the last few months, my eyes have been acting weird, which means, as you, who have similar eye implants, could also have a ticking time bomb in your eyes. And that's what we're trying to warn you about. So, like, the fact that you immediately just, like, discounted, oh, that happened in the past. Like, no, not just then. Like, the underlying issue is still not resolved. So unless you are 100% sure that your father's family fixed it, which I doubt, you know, this is a potential problem that you should be concerned about. She's gonna have some monologue, some evil monologue about, it doesn't matter that I met them, I still am going to go through the plan. Yeah, it's just like, it's dangerous, right? It'd be one thing to think, oh, it's just this one-off thing and we don't have to worry about it. But like the fact of the matter is, you got firmware updates, you know, from the mayor. Now, one would assume if the mayor was able to give you firmware updates to improve your eye implant software, then presumably she also got something similar. Because if the mayor has it, chances are Tops also has it, or has done research to improve it. But the issue of your eyes kind of going crazy recently could be, I mean, to be fair, it might not be a problem she has to worry about, right? Like, technically, we might have never experienced this issue if we never went into the hollow ourselves. Because the whole point of these eye implants and the HDD is that we can just send a bangbu inside, so we don't have to personally go inside, which made sense because we also couldn't go inside because of our extreme susceptibility to ether. So we just sent the bangbu in, no need to worry. It was only after getting the firmware update that it allowed our ether resistance to take a huge hit, or take a huge increase. So basically, now that our brain wasn't so focused on dealing with our eye implants, we were able to have a much higher ether resistance. So now we could go into the hollow, and so we did. Now, should we have gone into the hollow? No, fuck no. Why the fuck would you go into the hollow? It's fucking dangerous. You can't fight, and you literally have a safe, easy way to go into the hollow using the HDD in your bangbu. Why the fuck would you decide to risk everything by going in manually? Yes, those are the exact same questions I asked when we started going inside. I'm like, why the fuck are you doing this? You cannot fight. You are just making it more annoying for everyone else involved, because now they have to protect a human that can die versus just carrying along a little bangbu. So one, the bangbu is less likely to be injured, less likely to be targeted, easier to carry around. So if you do need to actually get it somewhere safe, it's much easier to move. And two, and most importantly, if it gets destroyed, who the fuck cares? There's always another bangbu. So if it does get destroyed for whatever reason, it doesn't affect anything. So that's why it was so fucking dumb that they're going to get rid of every single one of those advantages and go inside themselves when they don't need to. There was never a need to. Now, then we went to the temple, and the temple taught us how to affect miasma and stuff. And sure, right? I get that. Basically, they were retroactively giving us a reason to go in. They're like, oh, well, actually now that you can manipulate miasma using our special techniques, now there's a reason for you to physically go into the hollow so that you can resolve these miasma issues and help people as a proxy. But we were going to the hollow before we even had those abilities, so it made no fucking sense at that point. And even then, it's just we should just send someone from the temple to go do that instead of us. Someone who knows how to fight, because we still don't know how to fight. So, but anyway, but the idea though is that the reason why our eye ocular implants are having issues is because I guess it makes us it absorbs the ether around us. And the problem is we've been going into the hollow that's suffused with ether. So it could be that because of our frequent hollow visits, we were overloading our eyes. Whereas if Truvia never, because she's if Truvia is not going into the hollow, because if the HDD was Helios technology, and her father was able to get Helios technology, then presumably she also has an HDD as well, and she also uses it to see through a bangbu's eyes or see through a robot's eyes to guide people as a proxy. So she might not be going into the hollow ever. So her eyes are less likely to go on the fritz. So while it's kind of it's a good thing to warn her, it also could be something more unique to us because we're going into the hollow and she's not. But then we don't know she's not going in either. So she also could be being sent in as well for testing purposes, and is also equally liable for her eye implants to go crazy. I mean, that's kind of weird, though. There's no way to tell her about this without mentioning Serpa code. Yes, there is. Just say, 2 months ago, while in the hollow helping friends, my eye implants went crazy. And I wouldn't even mention Remiel's thing, because Remiel's thing is separate, because we absorbed a hollow, we absorbed a Void Hunter weapon into our bodies when we were nowhere near ready for that shit, so I wouldn't even mention that shit. I would just talk about how we needed Porcelumoi to protect ourselves because of how our eyes were constantly going on the fritz, right? Just mention that part. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I've been walking for an hour. Hour and 50 minutes. So I'm going to call it. Oh, I already got that. Okay, cool. I hate how all these things just keep saying new every single time. It's like, come on, man. You've already told me it's new. Fuck off. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and call it, but I will be back on in a few minutes. Well, maybe half an hour to an hour. I need to spend my resin and Genshin, do my Arcanite Enfield dailies, and then I'll be back to play more of The Witcher 3. So, anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.